Hello, my name is Sweetie Shah and welcome to our channel Coding with JS. We will explore Chrome DevTools and console methods like log, table, dir, time, and group.
Everybody knows console.log. Almost nobody uses anything else. Which is a shame because the console has a real API. 6 methods will change how you debug. They are not advanced and they are not obscure. They have been in every browser for over a decade. Learning them takes about 10 minutes. And it will change how quickly you find problems. Let us start with the most common debugging situation. You have an array of objects. Maybe users from an API or rows from a database. And you want to see what is actually in it. The instinct is to reach for log. And log will absolutely print it. But it prints it as a wall of nested text. For 2 objects, that is merely annoying. For 50 objects, it is genuinely useless. You end up scrolling and squinting. Worse, the browser often collapses nested objects behind arrows. So you click through them one at a time to see anything. There is a much better tool sitting right next to it. There is a much better option. Console.table takes the same array and renders it as an actual grid. The object keys become column headers. Each object becomes a row with an index. Suddenly you can scan it in one glance. That is the same data you already had. It is just finally readable. If you take one thing from this video, take that one. It costs you 5 characters and saves you real time. It works in browsers and in Node. And it works on arrays of arrays too. You can even pass a second argument to pick which columns to show. On a wide object with 20 keys, that keeps it readable. Small feature, and almost nobody knows it exists. There is a related method for single objects. Console.dir prints an object as an expandable tree. That matters when the object is deeply nested. Log will often flatten or truncate that structure. Dir keeps it inspectable level by level. In a browser, it is especially useful on DOM elements. Log shows you the rendered element, dir shows its properties. That distinction matters more often than you would expect. Sometimes you want the element, sometimes you want its state. Next, telling important messages apart. Real programs print a lot of noise. So the console has severity levels. Warn prints in yellow. Error prints in red. And both are filterable in DevTools. You can hide everything except errors with one click. On a noisy page, that filter finds bugs you would otherwise miss. There is an info level too, which behaves like log. There is a second reason to use error. It attaches a stack trace to the message. That trace tells you exactly which line printed it. With log, you get the message and nothing else. In a large codebase, that difference is enormous. Use error for failures always. Now grouping. Console.group starts an indented section. Everything printed after it is nested underneath. Until you call group end to close it. This turns a flat stream of noise into structure. It is perfect for logging inside a loop. 1 group per iteration and it stays readable. Here you can see the warning inside the group. And the error right below it. There is also a collapsed variant. Group collapse starts the section already folded shut. Which is ideal when you only care about a few of them. Groups can also nest inside each other. So a nested loop can produce a genuinely readable tree. Just remember, every group needs its own group end. The last pair answers a different question. Not what happened, but how long it took. Console.time starts a named timer. Console.time stops it and prints the elapsed time. The name is how they find each other. So you can run several timers at once. And the result prints in milliseconds. This is how you answer, is this the slow part? Guessing about performance is almost always wrong. Measuring takes 10 seconds and settles the argument. There is also time log, which prints without stopping the timer. That lets you mark several checkpoints inside one operation. For serious profiling, you would use the performance panel instead. But for a quick answer, these two are perfect. There is one more method worth knowing. Console.count increments a counter with a label. It answers how many times did this line run, which is far better than a manual counter variable. And console.assert only prints when a condition is false. A quiet way to check an assumption without noise. It stays silent while everything is fine, and speaks up the moment your assumption breaks. Now for the important warning. All of these are debugging tools. They are not meant to survive into production. Leftover logs leak information about your application. They also slow things down inside hot loops. Most build tools can strip them automatically, but the habit of removing them yourself is better. A linter rule can fail your build when one slips through. Most teams turn that on for exactly this reason. So here is your new debugging toolkit. Table for arrays of objects. Dir for deeply nested objects. Warn and error for problems with a stack trace. Group to keep noisy output structured. And time to measure instead of guessing. 6 methods